Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, I'm your host. Just this. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm not going to be here long, but if you down with the program, then you down with the team, so you know what's going on. We're going to talk about it. What do y'all think about the J. Paul Tyson fight? Now, in about 2 seconds, 2 minutes, two something, I'm going to break it down to y'all and tell y'all what I thought. But what do you think? So let me send out a couple invites right fast. You know. What do you think? Let me send out a couple invites. Let me one like, share, quick link. Uh-huh. All right. All right, it's late, and I know I don't normally come on this late, but if you tune in, if you jump in the room, okay, okay, we gonna talk about it. We gonna get down to the nitty gritty because there's no way, there's no way that should be even put in the record books as a real Tyson fight. There's no way. It makes no sense at all. Why would we even play like that? You know what I mean? Like, what's the purpose? What's going on, Aisha? Let's talk about it. How do y'all? How you doing? Great. Okay. Um, how many of y'all watched the Tyson fight tonight? How many of y'all watched the Tyson fight? If you watched it, what was your thoughts? Because I'm telling you, mine are a little off. Um, I say this all the time, and people think I'm crazy. If you spar with someone, I'm taking it back now. Before we get into the Jake Paul, I'm taking it back. If I spar with you and I win, I know how you fight. I'm better than you in a spar. There's no way in the world I'm gonna beat you in a real fight if I spar with you and I lose. Make sense? Okay. So at the beginning of this fight, whatever getting opinions from Lennox Lewis and Holyfield era thing was not working. But the things that Lennox Lewis said, it made me think that yes, this was going to be one of those fixed fights, basically. And I know what you're wondering, like, what do you mean? What do you mean, death? A fixed fight? A fixed fight. This fight, this fight was one sided from the opening bell. And some of y'all are gonna say, "Nah, Tyson showed up for two rounds." Tyson been in long fights before. You feel me? Like maybe y'all didn't notice the ring was extra big, extra wide. The ring was extra big, extra wide. And for all the people talking about Tyson don't go long rounds, where do y'all get that from? Tyson's been in fights that went longer than the first round. So my thing is, if Tyson been in fights that go past one round, oh, I got off topic. Okay, so Lennox Lewis said, this is what he said. I used to spar with Mike Tyson when I was 15, 16 years old. Mike was beating the shit out of his ass. 15, 16 years old. Mike was giving that nigga the business. Okay, I digress. Fast forward maybe 10, 15 years. Lennox Lewis fights Tyson. They got all this animosity. They fighting at the press conference just for Lennox Lewis to get in there and outbox Mike Tyson. The thing that got me, this is what really made me love Mike Tyson. When they redid it, when the match was over, when they talked to Mike Tyson after Lennox, he said, "Thank you for the fight, thank you for the payday." That's what he said. Thank you for the fight, thank you for the payday, and left like none of them players ever heard him at all. None of them. Here we are now. Netflix kept messing up. Yeah, it's because they were trying something new. They put a live event on their network and did not realize how many people are going to tune in to watch the network that it made the network freeze up. You know, like it's one thing when you got movies and series that are already uploaded onto the site to do a live and have that many people around the world tuning in. It was too much for Netflix to handle. But they got wrestling for them to come to Netflix in January. It's gonna be live, so they had to test it out with something. So I feel like the quality's gonna get better over time. But right now, let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about this fight. Again, like I said, if I fight you in a sparring match, I can beat your ass. If I beat your ass in a sparring, I can beat you in a real fight. So the fact that Lennox Lewis beat Tyson, that was what it was supposed to happen. Tyson was a bad look. It would have been a bad look for boxing if he would have won the title against Lennox Lewis. Whatever, cool. So everybody gonna tell me that they watched all the same training clips of Mike Tyson and his trainer. Yeah, Floyd said some comments. How do you fight a trainer is not how you fight for real. Yes and no. The things that you do with your trainer are exercises that you teach your body to mimic when you get in the ring with against another opponent. Yeah, somebody being hit hard does throw that off a little bit. Like, everybody got a game plan until they get punched in the mouth. Right. Mike Tyson said that too. But for Mike Tyson to go from sparring exhibition fighting with Roy Jones, and Roy Jones was on the pedal the whole fight around a big ass ring. Jake Paul did the same shit. He was on a pedal, and Mike stood there and took punches, but none directly to the chin and none that directly hurt him. But he stood there and took punches. And I say that because I'm an avid fan of Mike. I've been watching Mike since I was a little kid. I know Mike's fighting style. Whether it's a taller man, short man, same style, I know his fighting style. Mike didn't do none of that. And it's not because he's 57 or 58. It's not because of that. Mike Tyson did not fight his fight because the fight was fixed. I used to watch all y'all channel. Oh, okay. What made you stop watching our channel, Aaliyah? It's so nice to be able to talk with you via chat. Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all tuning in. But yes, the fight was fixed. It was a rigged fight. Take back to the last time Mike Tyson got in the ring, not with Roy Jones. The last time he fought professionally in a regulated ring with 3 minutes as a time limit for a 12-round fight or 10-round fight. 12. I think they're all 12 rounds because they're main event. Tyson always thanked him for the payday. He said, I don't have anything left in me to fight because I'm not angry no more. The Hawk said, my biggest secret is I'm always angry, right? Tyson said, I'm not angry. I haven't been angry in years. I'm in peace. I do mushrooms. I lick the toad. I smoke weed. Like, I'm not saying he's not in shape. To be 57, he's in shape. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and let no Jake Paul punch me in my head that many times, but I digress. The fight was rigged because Mike is calm after the fight. He's not disappointed. He wasn't upset. And maybe he accepts things a lot easier nowadays, but Mike just put over Jake Paul. So if this was wrestling, and you got your Hollywood Hogan and you got your Rock, and the Rock wins, Hollywood Hogan just put the Rock over. Now the world can love you and say that you're a real, genuine article. Well, Jake Paul just beat Mike Tyson. Now they can say he's the real thing, the genuine article. What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about that? Team Capricorn, yes. Oh, no doubt. Always Team Capricorn. But I'm still pissed about Serrano. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm mad about that too. Cause like I said, I caught a couple highlights of that. And she was wearing the shit out of the girl. Her hair was bobbing like a little bobblehead. But they want who they want to win. For whatever reason, the Puerto Rican or Filipino girl, she's not she's not the marketable prize that they want. So when they don't want the marketable prize, it doesn't equate. Like like I said with the Lennox Lewis, if they would have put the bet on Mike Tyson in that fight, you'd have been giving the bad guy a praise to be bad. Make sense? Just a little. Makes sense. So tonight it was absolutely about putting over Jake Paul. No, they're not gonna let Jake Paul knock Tyson out because if that was to happen, then the whole world would look at Jake as as a uh, as a parasite. Why would you challenge Mike Tyson at 57, 58 when you know good and damn well he can't keep up with no 20-some year old? That's what they would have said. But the way he put on, where he danced around the ring, he hit Mike. Mike really couldn't swing back because he moving too fast. They played on Mike's age, not Mike's skill. Mike could have fucked him up. Mike could have fucked him up, right? He could have gave him all that business. He could have gave him that. Ruby P, I was pissed. Like she then cheated, and now my girl can't see right. Yeah, yeah. That double headbutt to do that. You're right. Tyson isn't angry, but I'm not going it. I'm not giving it my all. He didn't even give it training quality. No, no, he didn't. Because the point was he got to put Jake Paul over so he can make bigger paydays. So people like Canelo be like, oh, well, he's a legitimate fighter now. I'll fight him. And two or three people that Jake knocked out, it was prompted that way. Just like when I forgot which Paul it was that fought Mayweather. It was already set up that Mayweather won't lose. It was already set up for the jump. Like I'm not gonna come out there and box you 100%, but I'm not gonna look bad at this fight either. You're not gonna beat me up. You're not gonna get like a million one punches off of me that everybody else can't do. So they don't. So they do not. But like I said, it was a fixed fight. It wasn't a fair one-on-one fight. It was a fight to put somebody over. And because of that, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes, no matter how you look at it, yeah. So the thing you got to understand about boxing, next to what is it? I want to say it's either next to football or basketball. It's the number one sport to gamble on, and the only way you win, 9 out of 10, the house always wins. So you got to look at it. If 85% of the population that watched this fight tonight said, "Hey, I'm putting my money on Mike," well, we could pay a couple people 100,000, a million, but we're gonna bring in more because of all the people that bet Tyson was gonna win, right? So we bring in more money to the house because we know Tyson ain't gonna win. Jay Paul win. We pay a few people 100,000, $1 million, but this is gonna be way more than a million on this end. That's how gambling works. Most times, gambling is fixed from one person to another. It's not conducive for the house to lose. I learned that in so many different areas. I had a relative that was doing competitive betting, and I'm gonna call it competitive betting. I don't know the right word for it. It was in Texas, and they have their issues in boxing. Of course, it was in Texas, right? That's why Cowgirls, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders came out there, and it was deep, and they kicked off the show. They kicked off the online show because the regular show was on YouTube, and they showed some really good fighters and some really good fights. But I said to say this, um, that's why Vegas is still in business. Yes, people hit every day, maybe even every 2 to 4 hours, somebody wins a jackpot. But in Vegas, Atlantic City, other places where they gamble or they bet, gamble, not slot machine, the house never loses. That's why the casino's still in business. No matter what you do, how many people win, we got more people losing than we have that win. Where are you from? I am from California, but I live in Alabama right now. Yeah, I stay in Alabama right now. But I say that to say this: if the house never loses, and Ruby, you should know this because you worked in a casino before. Uh, if the house never loses, we always got money for you to bet against, no matter what. So was it Tyson's best outing? Hell no. Will Tyson get back in the ring again? Probably. He's an exhibitionist now. You know, people like to pay money to see Tyson do what Tyson does. But the crazy part is now more people gonna feel like they can piggyback off of Tyson's name. That's all he did. He piggybacked off of Tyson's name, and now he has a legitimate win against somebody they was like, oh my God, this should be a problem. Yeah, but the house rarely, not never loses. No. The house loses. The house loses because, like I said, there's a winner on some form on some in a casino. Somebody wins every hour to 2 hours. That's how you keep people coming in. It's at random, but the house never loses more than they bring in. Like if I'm a bookie and I got 100 people as clients and 85 of them bet Tyson was going to win 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, how much they bet. And then I got 4 people over here that bet Jake Paul is going to win. Yeah, their 4 is going to get paid exponentially. You know, the odds are going to pay them much better. But what I bought in over here is more than what's going out over here. So the house wins. You know, that's how that cookie crumbles. Rarely was totally the wrong word. Yeah. Still pissed in my feelings for Serrano. Usually was the word. Usually. Okay. Yeah. Usually wins. Yes. Or usually, yeah. Yep. So what are y'all feelings on the fight? We're not gonna talk about Serrano because I didn't watch the whole fight. But the parts that I did see, she was ragtagging the shit out of old girl. And yes, boxing is a sport that if you fight dirty, you can maim a motherfucker. I mean, we had Holyfield sitting up there with a missing ear, or you know, part of his ear missing. You know, these are the complications of fighting dirty fighters. I mean, you know, Tyson used to throw elbows with his uppercuts and his hooks. He hook like that. He'd hook, and you'd catch that motherfucker, or but not that Tyson didn't show up at all. Not in the first round, not in the second round, definitely not in the later rounds. Tyson was just there to collect a check. I don't think Tyson really gives a fuck about boxing anymore. For the simple fact, He was the world's first youngest heavyweight at 20 years old. Hasn't been duplicated yet. Um, he was dynamite when he was on in training right. Training right. If you watch the training videos that Mike put out, Mike was Mike. He's still Mike again. He just doesn't care about the celebrity of winning and losing anymore. Uh, what's up, Burger Self? It's time some of this had to be something to get off of Diddy's list. I don't think so, but hey, maybe so. Uh, okay, so that's what happened. That's the only way I can explain it. Because if I'm a ferocious beast, an animal, like Mike used to call himself, it never goes away. Like you can find peace, and I get that. I understand that part of Mike 100% because in my life I went from warring to get with myself and everybody else to now I'm at peace with myself. So naturally I'm at peace with everybody else. I don't have any enemies or anything looking for me or people pretending like they want to look for me. I don't have none of that. Maybe I got one person. Maybe we'll stay tuned, see how that plays out. I could have said Epstein. Yeah, you could have said Epstein. I don't know how much Mike had to do with none of that. I mean, if you look back, if you date back to Mike and P. Diddy's first or second interaction, Mike never took kindly to Diddy. So I really can't say I see Mike being at any of his parties. But if he was, and he got caught up in the bullshit, then yeah, he just paid his debt off. Well, that's not mold. That's dust or paint. No, that's paint. That's not mold. That's paint. Yeah, that's paint from the wall to the ceiling. They didn't tape it off right. Yeah, your craft is your craft, but if everybody is not on the same page with your craft, like okay, you can take Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather didn't put himself in such a position, even if you can beat Floyd now. The people that really fought Floyd, that almost beat Floyd, will never fight Floyd again. He's not even gonna take a chance for that L. So his craft is his craft. Anything and everything he does, he signs right now going forward. He's an exhibitionist boxer. Everything that he signs going forward, he has to win. Whether he wins by, you know, a landslide or he wins because you don't see him putting forth 100% effort. So it seems like it was a close fight, but you're never gonna beat Floyd. That's who Floyd is now. Mike Tyson, calm, cool, and collective, is not the ferocious animal that he used to be. So therefore, taking the L is not that big of a deal anymore to him. Maybe one person, LOL, no. And all people outgrow some desires just like we do people. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That part. Tyson sparred. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm glad y'all tuned in this late at night. But like I said, I had to get that off my chest. I watched it. I mean, my sister woke me up because I fell asleep on the the Hispanic fight. I fell asleep. I watched like 2 or 3 rounds, maybe four. I think I watched 4 rounds, and it was just dragging out. I fell asleep. But Tyson did not. Tyson did not. Now, like I said, the way Tyson, not Tyson, he did it in a believable way. So people can't just be like flat out, oh my God, Tyson, you gave up or you didn't fight right. And I was like, but he didn't. He didn't do what Tyson would do. Because to say Tyson's only good for the first 2 or 3 rounds is a lie. Tyson all rounds. He has the stamina to do that. Trust and believe. He still has the stamina to do that. You don't lose all your ability in boxing unless you took too many hits to the head. Mike ain't never took too many hits to the head. Mike can still hold up intelligent, great conversation with you about any topic in the world. So if he can do that, that means his cognitive functions are still there. If his cognitive functions are still there, how can you say Mike physical attributes ain't still there? He didn't want to win. He put over Jake Paul. That's my theory of it right now. If anybody has a problem with it, please, speak on it. That part. Right. So what the fuck were what? What's what, sis? I mean, when you train, you got to make things look good. Everybody want to see Tyson look good, but because Tyson doesn't care or value boxing the same way he used to, he has no reason to show up and be the warrior Mike Tyson anymore. He know better than anybody else who could beat his ass and who can't. Now, you want to take any one of these fighters that you say beat Mike Tyson and put them in a street fight with Mike and let Mike go ape shit on it, they're not winning. They're not. It's not even a competition anymore. Mike is stronger than a lot of people think. Hands down. And all he did, like he gave Jake a couple shots, but he didn't give Jake power shots. Think about it. When you get a chance, go back and look on Netflix and watch it again. He didn't give Jake power shots. He didn't hit Jake like, nigga, you owe me money. Like he hit people back in the day like, you owe me money. This is my bread we talking about. This is my livelihood I gotta get you for. A lot of sports aren't doggy dog anymore. They're just things to entertain fans and disrupt the system by getting money by any means. Sorry. That's the real take of things. I have brought up the Lennox Lewis thing because that was the first fight I remember seeing Mike throw. And that's controversial. Holyfield, he really tried to fight Holyfield, but the ref didn't pay attention or was paid off and didn't say anything when Holyfield was holding him, headbutting him, throwing him little elbow shots. The whole fight. That's what he was doing. He wouldn't let Mike get off. He would hold him, throw little shots, headbutt him, hold him, throw little shots, headbutt him. And so Mike got pissed and did what only thing he could do. He held him and took a bite. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that that was the perfect idea to do that. It wasn't. It was a terrible idea, but that's what happened. First fight I ever seen Mike throw was a fight with Lennox Lewis. Every fight after that, he's been humble. Thank you for the fight. Thank you for the payday. Thank you for the fight. Thank you for the payday. All right, with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go to sleep. Y'all marinate on that. I'm your host, Peace.